And it's easy to say at this point, well, in that case, Pete, what I need to do is I need to market the transformation. I should really be pushing the transformation forward. Okay, great, market the transformation. But guess what? It is deeper than that. If we only market the transformation, does your potential client believe wholeheartedly that their life will be entirely different within 30 to 90 days of working with you? I feel like today is going to be by far the most important video I've ever done because it answers the biggest question. And that question is relevant if you are brand new to business, whatever industry you're in, or you've been in business for 25 years. Why will a client choose me? Imagine this, if you could answer that clearly, it removes all objections, all barriers. We don't overthink our business. The anxiety can leave entirely. You can operate from a place of total calm and peace. But instead, what we tend to do, and I'm guilty of it as well, we build a business, we create product after product. When something doesn't sell the way that we want, we burn it down, we create something else. We lack certainty in how we're showing up, and then we're not even sure what we should be offering to our clients and the wider market. Today, let's change it. Let's focus on a concept that removes all of the objections. And I don't just mean objections with potential clients. I mean the objections that you have yourself. The overthinking, feeling like shit about your business one day and then feeling amazing the next day and then feeling like shit for the next 3 days, that has to stop today. What we must be in a position to do is to own the space that we're in, to become the only option for our potential client. So when somebody looks at you, they say, I know with total certainty that my life will be completely different within 30 to 90 days because I'm working with you. And by the way, when you hear me say that, if you were to think about that with your potential clients now, is that what's going on in their mind? Or are they saying, I'd love to work with you, but also there's somebody else who offers something similar? Or are they saying, not right now, I think you're brilliant, but maybe we can revisit this in 6 months? I know what it feels like to be on both sides of the fence with this. Having a business where clients are ghosting you, where you're being told by potential clients that they've found somebody else to work with, this is not an either or game. In other words, it's not about the client choosing maybe you or somebody else. We make those kind of decisions when we buy commodities. Or if you're buying shampoo or you just need a cheap night in a hotel, then you don't worry about the brand of shampoo or what hotel you stay in. As long as you've got a clean bed, it's a quiet night's sleep, then you're generally going to be happy. But for you as an expert in what you do not want to be compared to others. And that's why the checkmate concept is to understand the only thing that matters. Do your potential clients fully believe that working with you, their life will be entirely different within 30 to 90 days? And by the way, I'm not talking about everything, but specifically in the area that you help. Because if somebody's going to pay you $10 or $100,000, it doesn't matter. What matters is that they see you as the only one that they want to work with. And it's easy to say at this point, well, in that case, Pete, what I need to do is I need to market the transformation. I should really be pushing the transformation forward. Okay, great, market the transformation. But guess what? It is deeper than that. If we only market the transformation, but you're not living, walking proof of the transformation that you can provide. And by the way, I'm not talking about you being perfect and polished, because that can be a cover-up for our lack of confidence, our lack of self-esteem. I'm talking about you being in your energy, that you're not operating your business from a place of low-value psychology. And that means that we feel our business is running us, we don't feel good enough, I'm just never going to be able to sell this thing. Instead, we want to shift into a high-value psychology. We still have those times where we lack certainty, but we're showing up every single day, being the change that we want to see in others. I've said this many times to my clients, you can only sell from who you are on the deepest level. And that's all you need to be. And that's the beautiful thing about this. I'm not asking, and nobody's asking you to be anything different. But what we're saying here is that the reason why potential clients have objections right now is not because the market's changed or buyer behavior has changed. Nothing to do with that. People still buy in the same way. However, what they want is to know, if they're going to pay you, that you are the one that's going to help them finally break through with that thing that they've been stuck with. If they could solve solve the problem by themselves, they wouldn't need to pay you thousands to help them. But also, if you're comparable to everybody else out there, that's when the issues come in. And this is where it gets interesting and deeply layered and nuanced. I see so many people going from mentor to mentor, and they say, oh, this one's got the answer for me. And then when it doesn't work out, they move on to the next one and say, oh, it's because this one is offering that I do low ticket instead of high ticket sales. It doesn't matter when you are within the space of who you are. Yes, offer the transformation, but look at what's the level of certainty that you are giving to the potential clients that are out there. And the more that you can own that space, and the more that you can look at everything as an ecosystem, because everything is connected. Yes, of course, your offer matters, but it doesn't matter as much as your deep inner state. In other words, how you feel as an individual. Are you within your low value or high value psychology? Are you keeping the promises to yourself? When we look at our business as an ecosystem that everything's connected, yes, it can be overwhelming, because if we're coming at it from a low value psychology, we think we've got all these things to do and are never ever going to get this right. But when we shift over to a high value psychology and say, everything's connected, but everything starts with me. I can only sell from who I am on the deepest level. Let me build out my business based upon this. Let me create the right offer that's going to change people's lives within 30 to 90 days. But also I'm going to make sure that I keep these basic promises to myself, because we never fail on the advance. It's always the basics. The more that we can do this, the more that everything starts to change. All that matters in the eyes of your potential client, do they feel that you are the answer to helping them completely change their life, specifically in the area that you help them with within 30 to 90 days? Have a think about it and let me know below.